Thank you for clicking on today's video. We have a bombshell of news regarding the Dallas Cowboys and their franchise quarterback Dak Prescott. Latest details about their contract and what the future is starting to look like. The Cowboys and Dak Prescott. Before we hop into today's video, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of Dak Prescott and his saga with the Cowboys trying to figure out his contract. If the Cowboys should pay him or if they should move on from Dak, let me know in the comment section down below. Without further ado, let's hop into today's video. Many viewed this as the last play Dak was ever going to play in a Cowboys uniform. How could a guy who, didn't get paid by the Cowboys and was playing on a franchise tag was going to get signed on a long-term deal after this injury? Many people had those thoughts and many people were curious on how the Cowboys and Dak were going to approach this situation. On one side, the Cowboys want to give Dak a contract on the contrary of $40 million. And Dak, he wants one in the upper echelon of $45, $50 million. How are both sides going to agree on a deal that's fair for both sides? Well, the Cowboys get a decent contract for a good quarterback, and Dak Prescott ensures long-term security as being a late draft pick. He never had top echelon money entering the NFL. It's been a power struggle for both sides over the past couple years, and it's resulted into a tough situation that the Cowboys and Dak are having to work through. As does most players in the NFL, Dak Prescott has some controversy around him. People are still arguing whether he is good or not good, and if he should be paid top echelon quarterback money, or if he's more of a support, system quarterback. Many football fans see Dak Prescott, putting up the big numbers, but they haven't quite seen the wins necessary to give somebody $50 million. Patrick Mahomes, who just got the richest contract in the NFL this past season, he won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs, and he was putting up great numbers and won an MVP. Dak Prescott has not won an MVP, and he has not won a Super Bowl. He's only really won one playoff game. So with that in mind, a lot of fans in the NFL, they doubt Dak Prescott. They don't think he's a top 10 quarterback. They don't think he's valued at the top echelon quarterback money. And then there's these diehard Cowboys fans and analysts that watch every single snap from Dak Prescott, and they can see the traits, the discipline, the ability to read a defense and know pre-snap where to go with the ball is there for Dak Prescott. Although he doesn't have the elite traits of arm strength, and he's not 6'5", the strength of his game is his mental aspect. He outsmarts a lot of people, and he knows where to go with the football and when to take a risk and when not to take a risk. 65% completion percentage, almost 5,000 yards. He was 98 yards short of 5,000 mark, which is very impressive. He had 30 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, with around a 99.7 quarterback rating. Those are some really good stats. Unfortunately, the Cowboys did not make the playoffs that year. They could not sneak in. They had a chance to make it in against the Eagles week 17 when Dak was a little bit banged up, and they could not get the job done there. But Dak still had a phenomenal year, as we can see from the numbers right there. He followed that year up with a 68% completion percentage, 1,900 yards, 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and a 99.6 quarterback rating in only 5 games. He was top 5 in the league in passing after weeks of him not playing. That is how many yards he threw for in the first few weeks of the season. It shows you the potential and his gunslinger mentality to go out there and throw for a lot of yards. Although it didn't really translate to a lot of wins because the Cowboys defense was really, really weak last year. We saw peak Dak Prescott these last 2 seasons. A headline came out a few days ago that DeMarcus Lawrence's contract likely to be used by Cowboys to create cap space for Prescott. This is great news for both parties. I think the Cowboys will regret letting Dak walk if they choose to do that. I think Dak will regret not being able to stay with the Cowboys as well. I think they both help each other out. I think Dak Prescott is a solid quarterback. I think he's around a top 10 quarterback in the league. He's obviously going to propel the Cowboys into playoff contention and being relevant every single year. And I also think the Cowboys help Dak Prescott's brand. I don't think Dak is a very sociable person. He's not always out in the media talking and making big storylines. And I think the Cowboys kind of help him build a brand, as well as the weapons he's got there. He's got Zeke, he's got Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb now, Michael Gallup. They got some good weapons on the offensive side of the ball to help him out. They just need to rebuild that defense, and they need to fix up that aging offensive line, and they should be back to a contending playoff team year in and year out if they can fix those sides of the ball. Before they can even do that, they need to sign their franchise quarterback Dak Prescott to a long-term deal, and I think we are trending in that direction. A quote from Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News noted, with a deadline for the Cowboys to place the franchise tag on quarterback Dak Prescott a week away, multiple sources said Tuesday night talks for a new contract are progressing. One source characterized discussions as more productive than they've ever been in previous months. And this is really big news for people that are giving a little bit. I don't think there's any chance Dak Prescott gets 45 or 50 million. And I don't think there's any way that the Cowboys are going to get away with paying him 35 million. I think they're going to meet in the middle at 40 or 39, in that range, to really get a contract done. The franchise deadline is rapidly approaching, and the Cowboys need to get a deal done in the next 4 days, or Dak Prescott will most likely be franchise tagged by the Cowboys. I don't think there's any scenario in which they do not bring him back for next season. They have no option at quarterback right now, and they desperately need a top quarterback with the holes they have on their roster. In my estimation, with these reports coming out, I really do believe that the Cowboys and Dak Prescott are going to squeeze out a contract the last minute when nobody is expecting them to agree and get a contract done. The report from Calvin Watkins that this is more productive than they have been in history of their contract talks, I think that's saying a lot. And I think they're going to be able to find some common ground and actually make a contract. So be on the lookout for the next couple of days, and I believe Prescott will be returning as the Cowboys quarterback for the long term from 2021 and beyond. And I think this is in best interest of both parties. So keep an eye out on Dak Prescott getting a new contract, a long-term deal with the Cowboys in the next coming days. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and like the video if you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you guys think of Dak Prescott and his contract situation, and if the Cowboys should spend that money on him, or what they should do with quarterback. And let me know if you guys have any videos you want to see, any topics you want me to cover. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'm out.